Graze Counter GM is Henteko Doujin's newest release on the Nintendo Switch. This top-down 2D shoot-'em-up is an enhanced release of 27's Graze Counter, which was something of a hit on PC for schmup fans who are looking for something a bit more different. Now with this GM release dropping on the Nintendo Switch, not only more players will finally be able to get their hands on this fantastic title, but you'll also be able to spot plenty of brand new additions to an already complete package. While the story won't necessarily win any awards, it does take place in the future where people are connected to a network that unfortunately trapped them within, so the Savior's task force is sent to save them in the digital realm. It's honestly uninspiring and just kinda there as fodder. However, the beauty here is that every single one of the characters, which there's over a dozen of, all have their own specific dialogue and dialogue exchanges with other characters as you're progressing to the story. So you'll be checking out the story from different perspectives and basically giving it a different flavor every single time you kind of decide to play it through again, and gives plenty of replayability options. The meat and potatoes, of course, is the shmup goodness. Simply put, there's one key factor that makes this game stand out, and that is of course the Graze Counter. Basically, as you inevitably come to contact with enemies, their barrage of bullets is something you'll typically want to avoid. However, in this game, getting close to them, while still not necessarily letting them hit you, will raise your Graze Counter meter. And when you're ready to unleash it, expect to fire a massive blast of energy that will surely almost clear the entire screen of enemies. This will trigger a second layer of special attacks called the break meter. Basically, as your Graze Counter meter takes down enemies, stars will begin to be scattered all across the screen. If you collect them, you'll be able to fire up a break meter, and this one will let you unleash even more specials onto a brand new wave of enemies. So all in all, you'll be meter juggling and avoiding enemies at the same time, while remaining close to enemy fire is basically the key to the entire experience, and it honestly feels very satisfying when you can pull it off together, especially in an efficient manner. Making this an all better experience is the fact that there's just 4 difficulties, so newcomers will feel like the game is just difficult enough for you to be able to progress, but for those who are experienced in the shmup genre, they'll be able to kick up the difficulty as they desire without feeling left out. It's worth mentioning that the main story does have alternate paths and different stages, so going through it, of course with the aforementioned different characters, is pretty much highly suggested. Alongside that, there will be 30 mission modes to teach you the ropes, tons of unlockable ships, a brand new rush mode where you'll be able to take down bosses, an archive mode where you'll be able to check out illustrations and plenty of world lore. A brand new soundtrack has also been added in with some remix songs from the original game, and plenty of little mini games are there as well. It's safe to say that, like I said at the top of the video, this was already a complete package, but now fans will be just overjoyed with seeing so many brand new additions for those who have never necessarily played the game before, for it to be an easy purchase for the first time experience, or for those who already played the original to kind of pick it up once again. Graze Counter GM is a chaotic shoot 'em up with gorgeous pixel art and a unique mechanic that gives you something to think about whenever you're in the fray of enemy bullets, while also keeping replayability high with tons of brand new characters that tweak things up just enough to keep you coming back. Nintendo Sphere gives Graze Counter GM on the Nintendo Switch an 8 out of 10. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya!